Hi, my name is Stainko, but they also call me Sensei, and I will give you some answers about martial arts. Welcome to one of my dojo.
Division of martial arts. I'm going to give you answers to some of the questions that often arise regarding martial arts. Martial arts can be divided into 5 categories, depending on the reason people take them up. The first and main category includes people who practice martial arts because of self-defense. This is the most important and basic purpose of fighting skills. The second group includes those practicing martial arts to keep fit and maintain good health. The third group consists of athletes, i.e. those who practice martial arts in order to compete. The fourth group includes those who practice martial arts from the need and the desire to use them in various warfare battlefields. It is the most dangerous engagement with martial arts. In the fifth group, there are those who practice martial arts to reach the perfection of the performance and the mastery. Such people are the fewest. Such perfection is impossible to achieve unless they don't have all 4 previously mentioned characteristics. What characteristics should a person have to be successful in martial arts? Such a person should possess the following 5 characteristics. Firstly, he or she has to be brave, because dealing with certain martial arts requires great courage. Secondly, he or she must be strong. A person must have the strength to endure various strokes on the body. Thirdly, the person should always practice to make his or her technique the best possible, if not perfect. Fourthly, such a person has to be very intelligent, because each new opponent requires the application of a fight novelty, which should be immediately found and adjusted during the fight in order to win. The fifth characteristic is a strong personality. A certain combat character, or what would be said in martial arts, a person must have a warlike spirit. In martial arts, there are 4 levels of knowledge of fighting approaches. The first category includes people who know nothing about martial arts and defend themselves from attackers using only their instinctive reactions. Such reactions can often be seen in young children. These are reactions like shouting, hitting, pushing, biting, throwing, or throwing some objects, etc. The second category includes those who train some of the martial arts skills but strive to adhere strictly to certain fixed rules in a particular martial style. The third category includes those who combine a variety of styles in a combat, i.e., those who have left a single style mold. Such persons adapt to the combat using various kinds of knowledge of different styles. The fourth group includes those people who have stored their knowledge of different martial arts somewhere in their minds, and come back to the beginning and believe in their instincts. Thus, their instinct tells them when and which skill to apply at a certain time of the fight. Sometimes we can hear how some masters speak to their disciples. Empty your minds in the battle, don't think, but trust your instincts and act. People who are familiar with some styles of martial arts can be divided into 4 groups. Those who show an interest in some martial arts can be placed into the first group. They often watch various martial arts movies, buy particular types of books or magazines that deal with the topic of martial arts. The second group is comprised of people of a broader interest in martial arts. They possess a much larger number of books or magazines and often watch different movies or footage of martial arts. People who already possess the status of a master or advisor for specific martial arts belong to the third group. Those persons own quite a rich and large library comprised of various books that deal with the topic of martial arts. They also own a larger number of video footage, magazines, etc. Those kind of people usually seek for specific books or articles of various martial arts topics which they find interesting. Moreover, they write books or articles on this topic themselves. Masters who have devoted all of their life to the study and research of martial arts belong to the fourth group. They find a purpose and connection with martial arts in those areas where other people, even some masters, wouldn't perceive or comprehend. These kind of persons often contemplates about martial arts and finds its use, purpose, as well as some things that are associated with them in everything that he or she is surrounded with. It can be in everyday housework, certain professions or jobs, various tools or weapons, in art, literature, music, in some historical events, in medicine and various sciences, literally in everything that he or she is surrounded with. Those kind of masters have written several books and articles on the topic of martial arts and are, because of their knowledge and experience, singled out from other masters. Unfortunately, it is often the case that those kind of experts don't want to publicly display their vast knowledge later in life. Martial arts masters, instructors, can be divided into 4 categories. The first category is comprised of masters that have their own club dojo and hold some sort of martial arts training. The second category belongs to masters who have a higher reputation and have several clubs, dojo, in the same or in some other city, and sometimes in 2 or 3 different countries. Masters who are world known belong to the third category and own several clubs, dojo, in different countries around the world. The number of their members is often over 50,000. That type of masters are sometimes highly positioned in a certain martial arts organization. They are often presidents, secretaries, heads of a referees board, or similar. They are sometimes founders of a certain martial arts organization or a particular style of martial arts. The fourth category is characterized by famous masters who have withdrawn into solitude after a long career of a martial arts instructor. People often think that they have completely disappeared and have gone on pension, but it is not the real truth. Although these masters have left their clubs to their successors, their assistants, they have resigned from all functions in various organizations and sometimes even their titles. These masters have never ceased to instruct. The only difference is that now they teach a handful of carefully selected pupils, those who are already well known and acknowledged experts of martial arts. In the fight, be careful, never to underestimate your opponent, and you must never show that you are afraid. Do not think that you cannot win in the fight, because each opponent, even the strongest, has a weak point. You will have to be patient and resourceful to find their weak point. Be careful. The color of the belt, as well as a certain title in martial arts, denotes the quantity of knowledge and the skillfulness of the person who wears it. Unfortunately, a certain person can sometimes wear a belt or title that he or she did not earn with his or her knowledge or the shown mastership of a particular skill. Remember, you can fool some people sometime. You can fool some people all the time, but you can't fool all the people all the time. The more people know about martial arts, the more they are aware of their ignorance. That is why you always have to learn and be a student for the rest of your life.